This edition of Majid's Kitchen, we make black sesame dumplings in ginger tea. Let's get into the video. You will need 50 to 60 grams of ginger. I'll show you how I cleaned it and prepared it to make the ginger tea. 1/4 cup of brown sugar or palm sugar. Roasted black sesame seeds, I'm using 1/2 cup. 2 tablespoons of brown or palm sugar. A tablespoon of butter. And with these 2 little portions of sesame seeds, I will show you a quick and easy tip on how to roast black sesame seeds. I'm using a 1/4 cup of tapioca flour and a 1/4 cup of glutinous rice flour. We have a 1/4 cup of water and 2 cups of water over here for the ginger tea. To sum up, we'll make this delicious dessert in 3 easy steps. So, the first step is this line of ingredients: water, ginger, and sugar to make the ginger tea. The second step is the sesame mixture with the sugar and the butter. Now, some people use lard. That it helps as a binding agent, but I'm using butter in this recipe. Anything that will help it to stick together when it's cold, that's the reason for this ingredient. And thirdly, the glutinous rice flour, tapioca flour, and water to make the dough. Let's get started. Add the sesame seeds into a coffee grinder, and I will be adding the sugar to this. Yeah, sugar tends to get hard, especially brown sugar or palm sugar. Let's put a lid on it. Let's pulse it. Now remember not to overdo it, otherwise you'll end up with a sesame seed paste. Let's make sure it's all in there. Wow, the smell is amazing. So I'll probably just give it 2 or 3 more shots and that part is done. So 1, 2, give it a shake, 3. That's about where I want that texture. Okay, we're at a boil with the ginger in there. Now I'm going to turn it down to a very low, and we'll be adding in the brown sugar shortly. At this stage you can always taste to see if it's the right sweetness for you. You do taste the sugar, but it's not overly sweet. I will add in 1 more teaspoon of brown sugar. That will be good. I'll blitz it once or twice more, and then we'll work on cooking this. As you can see, Still a nice consistency. Okay, let's get it over into the pan. So here's the quick tip on how to toast or pan roast your black sesame seeds. It's very similar as you would with the white or lighter color ones, but being black, I know it's quite difficult to judge. So here with that small little tip. So the black and the white sesame seed, and I have a very hot pan. So go in, I'll put the white ones in, I'll put the black ones in, and it'll start almost jumping and crackling. And you see the pan is hot, just keep moving them, otherwise they'll burn. There you go, and it's ready. As you saw, that was very quick. Then you'd have a bowl or plate ready just to put them in to stop the cooking. And that's how you toast your sesame seeds. So once they're toasted, follow the steps with adding it with the sugar and putting it in a coffee grinder, or you can do it with a mortar and pestle. That will take a little longer. Okay, let's move on to making the mixture. So add that right to the pan. Now I've got my stove on medium, and I'm going to let the sugar kind of melt with the sesame seed mixture, and we're going to add in the butter. I'm also going to add in 1 spoon of water. And add the rest of the butter. A 2nd spoon of water. Almost looks like a black tar, but the flavor is so wonderful. So reduce the heat to low or minimum, and we'll try to cook out that excess water and thicken this mixture. After about 2 to 3 minutes, I've turned off the heat. Of which after a minute or 2 I will set aside and leave it to cool. In fact, I will put it into the fridge for about 4 to 5 minutes and check on it. Before I go ahead and make the ginger tea, I'll just show you a quick sample of what the tapioca starch looks like when you buy it. Okay, it's tapioca starch and the glutinous rice flour. Here's our ginger. Place the ginger into a pot with the water. 2 cups of water. And bring that to a boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. Once it begins to boil, just let it simmer. Once it gets to the strength I like it, I will add in the brown sugar. The ginger I have is pretty strong. I like a strong ginger flavor. But when it gets to the strength that I like it, I will add in the brown sugar, let that melt, and strain it. Let's move on to the sesame filling. So we're going to weigh these sesame seed and sugar balls, and that's about 11 grams. So between 10 and 11 grams, you're good for those. And for the dough, between 14 and 15 grams of this. So there you go, 15 grams. And just keep the rest of it covered with a damp towel or saran wrap so it doesn't dry out. Just going to put a very little oil in my hand. You're going to roll this into a ball shape. You know, it looks simple, but it can be a little tricky. It's one of those kind of things. So shape it. So not too thin over there. Okay. I'm going to place this in the center. Like that. And I'm going to just bring the sides up to kind of close it. And kind of push it upwards like this. Until it seals the top. Pinch it together. And gently roll it. Just like this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is put a drop of oil, any oil, and I'm going to make all of them, and we'll be right back to cook them and present them. Right, I set these in the fridge for about 15 minutes, and now you're going to place it into the boiling water. Now these will float when they're ready, but we will leave them in for a further 3 minutes so that the inside will be nice and warm. If you're cooking several of these, remove them from the pan and place them in a bowl of water to prevent them from sticking. As you can see, they have started to float, and I'm going to leave them in there for another 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, I think they're good to go. Let's take them out, place them in a bowl of water, That's just room temperature water, just so that they don't stick together. And a favorite time is always the presentation time. Absolutely beautiful. We have the ginger tea in here. Now I will pour it. And there you have it. Now I know that I like my ginger tea to be really strong. It's entirely up to you. You can, if you don't like it a strong ginger flavor, you can certainly reduce the amount of ginger and tweak it to your preference. Now, here's another for the presentation purpose. Absolutely wonderful. Let's have a closer view. Black sesame, dumplings, and a sweet ginger tea. I hope you like it. Let's take a look at the inside, as I'm sure you're waiting to see what that looks like. Take one and put it in our Thai spoon or Chinese spoon. It's soft, just like mochi. And there it is. So the way to eat it is you bite half, have some of the ginger tea with it, and then go with the second half. Just enjoy it the way you want to. That concludes this week's video. For more videos like this, subscribe, like it if you like it, and hit the bell icon for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.